Guys, I don't know if you've watched this video, but this man have said something very interesting. Have listened to what he said.
The conflict in Russia and Ukraine. In the 145th Assembly in Kigali in Rwanda, the emergency item was on Russia and Ukraine. And here now we're discussing an emergency item which, when was presented, was supposed to be about humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan and Yemen and other countries as well. But now the debate is being shifted back to Ukraine and Russia, as if those are the only issues that concern the entire world. That is problematic for mostly Western European countries to want to force-feed the IPU of their own agenda.
Deal with the humanitarian crisis, please.
Yes, I'm dealing with that. And then I want to give context that there has to be, of course, concern about the humanitarian crisis that is obtaining in all the countries that are identified in the draft resolution. But I think we should speak openly as well about the role of the military-industrial complex that is benefiting out of war, and instead of trying to contain the war in many parts of the world, is aiding it through the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which historically has played a very destructive role. And we must refuse to be bullied into a homogeneous perspective of Western Europe and the Americans that says that everything else that they do is correct at the expense of everyone. That every time there's global gatherings, all of us are forced into discussing their issues when there are many crises all over the world, as if all of us are just accompanying you here to just discuss your issues when you do not give any consideration of what is obtaining in many other parts of the world. So, Speaker, I think we should express serious discomfort that all the time we have to be bogged down to what are the interests of countries which historically are associated with colonialism and repression of the world. It's unacceptable.
Thank you.
That is the contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. The next speaker, I now invite the World Health Organization.
You know, I keep on saying to myself each and every time that we are becoming our own enemies as Africans. And the problem with us as an Africans, we kind of like trying to build enemies among ourselves. Things that we're supposed to be united and go forward to show to the world what we're capable of as Africans. We are not there. Instead, we kind of focusing on the negative things time to time. And these things, they're even destroying us slow by slow. Another part or point that keep on destroying us as Africans is for the fact that we don't have the courage to look each other into the eyes and get to tell each other the truth, no matter what, because we all know that the truth always hurts. But we don't have the courage to get to look each other into the eyes and try to acknowledge where we are doing good and where we are doing bad so that we'll be able to fix it. We don't have the courage to accept our own mistakes so that our the next generation that will come, they will be able to manage this beautiful continent that God had given us. That's the problem with Africans. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because you get to see FLOYD SHIVAMBU, who was representing the opposition party in this summit of Pan-African Parliament. This man is talking about something which is very, very, very important. And this is where we get to see all Africans to be united without beating around the bush, to speak their minds and send this loud message, because this meeting, they had a special guest which was representing the Westerns and the world big leaders who are busy influencing the world today. And this is when you get to hammer or hit the hands on the table and say that, okay, us as Africans, we only approve this, we cannot do this, we cannot do that, so that the person who is representing these open eye masters, once they are back to their masters, they can deliver your message. They can get to say that, look, where we went to attend these parliamentaries in Africa, listen what Africans are saying about 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Instead, as he was trying to give this beautiful speech about Russia and Ukraine and the Western, NATO, everything as we all know, he was being interrupted. And it's not even being interrupted, not even once, but more than twice. They had to remind him on what they want to be discussed. How would you try to talk about something which had affects almost everyone around the world, yet you pretending like you are not aware about the situation? So that is the problem with us Africans. We don't want to discuss. It's like we're afraid of certain individuals. It's like we're afraid of the open eye mask. They have to always come and impose to us. They have to come and tell us what to do and what not to do. You guys, you saw what happened. What has been happening in Russia. And you guys will get to see on how all this international media, they're using all the necessary measurements to make sure that they influence the world, so that each and every individuals, they'll get to support them against Russia. Now, with this being said, do we have always to be influenced by these people? Is there any time where they can sit on their own and try to realize that the point of view of other countries such as Africans does really count? Because if we keep on trying to stop people who are trying to speak the truth, as we get to see FLOYD SHIVAMBU did when he was given a chance to speak, we are betraying ourselves. They'll keep on using us. They'll keep us on the low profile because we are not able to have that courage and look them into their faces and tell them the truth no matter what. Because it can't be right now. You can't come and tell us that no, it is only the two countries which are having problem in the world. I'm referring to Russia and Ukraine. Many countries in the world, they are going through a lot. And these people, they need or they seek the attention the same as the one, this Western open eye masters. They're trying to show to the world that no, they really cares about about Ukrainian people. You guys know what is happening in the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. And what is happening in Ukraine today, it all started 1 year ago. What about the one happened in DRC? More than 25 years. What have them done? Recently, you saw the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. He was visiting Africa. He visited Congo Brazzaville. He visited Cameroon. He visited which country again? DRC and what else? About 4 countries that he visited in Africa. What did he do there? If it is not going there, trying to show that now, okay, us as a France and the Europe Union, we're going to give you this much of money, we're going to do that. And we all know whenever they give you something, it's like they're giving something from the right hand, and at the same time, they're extending the left hand to collect it from somewhere. Nothing good. When you arrive in DRC, they ask him about what is happening. You could not even have the courage to tell the truth. So, the truth here, guys, is that we are on our own as Africans. Yes, South Africa, Mozambique, Malawi, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, we are on our own. As long as we don't understand that and stand on our feet to to fight for ourselves. No one else will do it for us. We'll keep on complaining. And these people will always decide somewhere and come and impose their decision on you. So we need people such as FLOYD SHIVAMBU to always present Africans in this kind of summit, so that they can speak the truth, they can speak our language. Because when you get to listen to him, he get to speak our language. He get to speak something that we both agree with him. Thank you so much. I will see you again in the next video. Ciao.